I'm about to clip farm the fuck out.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the 1 Yard Line podcast. Once again, I'm Michael.
I'm Hudson.
I'm Elsa.
Eric.
We're the 1 Yard Line podcast. Um, this is not our first episode, so we're just going to get straight into it. We're going to talk about the Premier League. We're going to talk about March Madness, and then of course we're going to finish off with some baseball as we're right into the beginning of opening day was last week, so we got some pretty important things to talk about.
Yeah,
Yep.
Okay,
let's
Eric, do you
do
want
it.
to kick us off with the Prem?
Okay, so as for the Prem, we got a couple topics to talk about here. First one I just wanted to start off with was kind of like the lack of quality in the title race this year. I've talked to Liverpool fans, they've all agreed, like, yeah, they're top of the league, but they just haven't shown consistent quality. Like today, we saw them lose 3-2 to Fulham at Anfield, which is kind of just like a very disappointing result, in my opinion. So I just wanted to ask. I know we don't have many avid Premier League viewers here, but Hudson, like, what are your thoughts on this?
I think there has been this because of Man City's dominance the last few years and the amount of seasons where there was just there were great title races and all of the teams were great. Like Liverpool is fine. They're good. They're whatever.
Exactly.
They've only lost two games. Like they're not this I think people are starting to think that they're this terrible club because they lost to PSG and that was like a bit of a shocker to everyone, but I think
Mm,
PSG is a very, very good club. I think we need to give it a little rest. They're gonna win the league. They are a good team. They're not special. And I think people wanted them to be special because right now in the Prem and in soccer, everything needs to be special. Everything needs to be a Lamine Yamal
true,
type
true.
anomaly. And I just don't think that's
Mm,
a fair
I think they were also
range or
used to that.
bar.
Like the fans were used to that from prior years, and now the quality of the whole Prem has kind of decreased.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't say the entire quality of the Prem's decreased. I'd actually argue the opposite. I think it's increased. It's just the main big teams that you'd hear on the headlines, City, Chelsea, kind of Arsenal, but I can't really blame them. Spurs and United especially. They've just all had massive fall offs.
Right.
But like these mid-table clubs, Bournemouth, Fulham,
Nottingham
who
Forest,
else?
Yeah, I was about
Forest,
to
they were
say
in a
third in the league.
relegation battle in third.
it
What?
feels it feels
Insane.
like the skill and the talent has sort of leveled out. Unless you're a team
Hold on,
coming
hold
up from
on.
the
I'm getting a
championship.
call. I'm getting a call.
Oh,
I mean,
we've
I
got
don't know
a we
about
got a
I don't
badass here.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm really liking the Premier League this year. And I know like it's obvious Liverpool's going to win, but I'm really liking the fact that Man City has dropped down. And I mean,
Yeah, 100%.
as a Real Madrid fan, I have grown to hate Manchester City. Um, I don't avidly watch Premier League games. I watch La Liga, but I do really enjoy what has gone on this year, and especially with Forest. I mean, I saw this meme the other day about who's playing manager career mode on
Crazy.
Forest. It's really funny. I know Eric plays a lot of manager career mode. So Eric, what do you think
Yeah,
about
sure.
the beginning and how Forest has done this year?
I mean, I just think Nuno Espirito Santo has done a wonderful job. Of course, they spent
Brilliant.
money, but Chelsea spent money, United spent money, City spent money. It's all about the recruitment. Milenkovic, Ola Aina from like 2 years ago, Elanga for 20 million, Chris Wood from Newcastle, who was
Murillo,
seen as a
Murillo,
reject, Murillo especially.
so
All
good.
these players, they fit the system perfectly. They abide by the tactics. He's a very special manager. We can clearly see that the patterns, the play, the rhythm, all of that. It's insane.
And how about the other end of the spectrum? My West Ham Hammers. Uh,
Mm,
we poured in a lot of money. Tim Stidham, we had a lot of trust in that guy, and he brought in duds. And it's just the way a team is managed and the way it's run can dictate whether you're in Champions League or whether you're fighting for a spot in the Prem. And I think
exactly.
Nottingham Forest is a perfect
One
example
thing
of
I
that.
want to, one thing I want to bring up. Um, I know I said I've been enjoying like how leveled the Premier League has been, but I one thing I don't like is how like anticlimactic Liverpool is. I mean, like your number one in a league should be like dominating. You know what I mean? I mean, they're really good, but I guess we're just so used to Man City just like running the table every
Yeah.
single year. Um, I mean, in La Liga, we have a tight race with Barcelona not able to capitalize on Real Madrid losing to Valencia. They drop points. Um, so I'm very, very grateful for what we have in La Liga. Um, but I know we're talking about the Prem right now, but do you guys mind if I quickly just ask a question about um,
Of course.
Atleti and
Go
how
for it.
heartbreaking their season has been? I mean, losing the penalties to Real Madrid, losing to Barcelona in the semifinal, still in third place. I mean, every single year it seems like they are so excited and have so much hype, but they always just can't get past Barcelona and Real Madrid. Um, and I know Atleti fans, they're so passionate. I mean, I remember a couple years ago, I went to a Real Madrid versus Atleti game um, at the old Atleti Stadium, and they were so passionate. I mean, there was like some grandmothers behind me, and they were cursing out Ronaldo. Like they are so passionate. But I
Hmm.
mean, at the end of the day, they have no Champions Leagues, and I compare it to kind of like the Mets and the Yankees in the MLB, that kind of relationship. I mean, the
Hmm.
Mets always have such hype going into every season, but they end up being bad. The Yankees have the most, Real Madrid have the most. They're always going to be good. Um, but I don't know, like, what do you guys think about the heartbreaking season Atleti has had? I mean, it's not like they're out in the La Liga, but it's just very slim chances. Um, but what do you guys think?
I mean, I feel bad for Atleti fans. This is just like what they've come to live with, and it sucks. And I think just back to the Prem real quick, we the Prem does not have that, and I think that's the problem. Is there's very little passion. It's very like structured. It's very like this will happen, and this will happen. In the La Liga, it's like that. Real Madrid and Barca are going to fight it out for the title, and Atleti is going to come in as like a strong third. But there feels like there's more hope. It feels like Atleti could, they could capitalize on like a few mistakes and just like that win the league. Whereas, and so I think it's like that is why there's so much passion because even though Atleti fans have to live with being like third best, they have passion and they have like so much hope to be number one.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
mean,
I just think, oh,
go on, go on.
all right, all right. I just think for Atleti, it's just like it's a series of unfortunate events, really. They had great recruitment over the summer. Lenormand, Julian Alvarez, Connor Gallagher, the
Julian Alvarez is
Simeone,
Sorloth,
so good, so good.
Sorloth is great.
Sorloth. Simeone's like a great coach. It's just so unlucky the fact
His
that
son
they
has
can't.
become pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Giuliano
good
too.
player.
Insane. Debuts, goals for Argentina as well. Like it's clear that they have a great talented squad. All their players, they adhere to the strict back line, everything like that. It's kind of unfortunate to see all these like unfortunate events really just go down against their
Yeah, I
favor.
mean, it's always, I mean, as a Jets fan, it's always same old Jets. And I'm not a Mets fan, but I know they always say same old Mets. I feel like this is also like a same old Atleti, you know what I mean? So, um, it's pretty disappointing, but I still give them their flowers and I give them the respect. I still get scared when Real Madrid goes against them. Um, it's always a nail biter. So that is good that they do give competition, even though they just
Yeah.
can't somehow they can't find a win.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
Atleti in
yeah,
almost any other league is probably winning one or two, maybe other than the Prem. They're probably winning one or two or three over
Yeah.
the
I
last
agree with
like
that.
yeah,
decade.
yeah.
I agree with that. They're a
100%.
very good team. Very good team.
Very good.
Unfortunate that they've just been riddled with like Messi, Ronaldo. It's like just
Mbappe,
tragic.
Vinny, Lamine Yamal, Lewandowski. Like,
Like they just
there's
can't
nothing you can
compete.
do.
They can't compete
Yeah.
because it's kind of weird to say this, but they don't have the pull as some of the big clubs in the world, even though they're such a good squad. It's weird.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Shall we transition to our next
Well, I think
topic?
Eric had a little game for us to play with some Premier League
Okay.
players.
Okay. So
I
I
think
have
was
a
very
couple
interesting.
start bench cells. So first we got Caicedo, Rice, and Gravenberg.
Okay, I think the obvious here is start Rice, bench Gravenberg, and sell Caicedo.
Oh, Eric, how
Okay.
do you feel about that?
I just think
Caicedo
that's
does
What do we
not
think?
get enough props. I cannot
I
lie.
think
Eric,
that's just like a brain dead take, and but you know what?
Eric,
It's
Okay, what's
okay.
your take?
Eric, we've
Uh,
hold on, Eric. We have had very numerous debates on Caicedo versus
We
Rice.
have had numerous
You're
debates.
you're lucky this is
I've
recorded. Right now, I'm starting Caicedo, I'm benching Rice, and I'm selling Gravenberg. Right now,
I agree with
Caicedo's
that.
been
I
class.
agree with that.
He's
That's
world
exactly
class.
what I
He's
think.
so
honestly,
good.
I'm saying start Caicedo, bench Gravenberg, sell
Oh,
Rice. I
I
don't
don't
think
agree with that.
Rice
Oh
I
no,
don't
Rice
Rice
as
is
a
Arsenal's
DM
No
is
shot.
not
backbone.
that good.
No
He's
shot.
he's a CM. He doesn't even play as a DM for them. Partey's their DM. He's a great ball carrier. But other than that, I've never seen him put in like a crazy tackle.
91%
Caicedo,
pass
he
accuracy.
wins. Okay.
I think
That's
Rice.
that's a CM,
Arsenal
right?
needs
That's
him.
the central midfielder. Oh, of course they need him. But so does Liverpool.
Can't
Have you
start
seen
out.
Liverpool's performances without Gravenberch? Bro, Gravenberch on that half turn, it's beautiful. It's like one of the things you just have to see. He gets no goals, no assists, but he's just so integral to the Liverpool midfield, and he's such a big part of them winning this season. Obviously, the Salahs, the
Van
Jotas, the
Dijk's.
Diaz's, Van Dijk's, Konate's, Trent's, blah blah blah. But he's just like you don't really see it until you watch a game. Like I didn't believe this myself. I watched them demolish West Ham, and I was like, wow, he's really important to he's really important to the team. And as
That's
for
how
Caicedo, like
But
oh,
that's how it feels with Rice. Like you look at this Arsenal team. They're throwing Marino at striker. Saka's hurt. Martinelli and Jesus are like they're just not obviously they're super talented. They're not that great to like lead a team to being a like
of course.
perennial second place team. It is
Hmm.
because they are able to like win games through defense and midfield performances, defensive and midfield performances. And
I do agree with this.
Rice is the connection between that, and he is a like driving force in that. And I think
Hmm.
you have to give him his props for that. Liverpool without Gravenberg are probably still winning the league this year. Arsenal without Rice this year, and I don't think they're top three.
I do
I agree
feel
with
like I feel like Caicedo is more of a loss if they were to have like season-ending injuries. I feel like Caicedo is more of a loss to Chelsea than Rice is to Arsenal.
Oh,
'Cause
100%.
I feel like
This is
Caicedo
the
is
truest
like
fact I've heard in my life.
Outside of Cole Palmer,
Caicedo
Caicedo is the
feels
most important
like
player on
glue.
that
You know
team.
what I mean?
That's a bad take.
He's,
I think Caicedo is more important to Chelsea than Cole Palmer.
I
I
agree
think
with that.
I, as a
wow.
huge Cole Palmer fan, I genuinely believe this.
You got
We
Palmer on the back of
played.
your jersey right now.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I do. I do love Palmer. We've seen him have stinkers. I've never seen Caicedo. Every time Caicedo doesn't start Europa Conference, we just look lost. No one else wants to win the ball. Caicedo, he has blood in his eyes, bro. He wins the ball just so much. It's like he's an octopus on the field, bro. There's no one else connecting the dots. Palmer,
100%.
he's not integral
100%.
to a system. You know what I'm saying?
Chelsea's attack isn't nearly what it is. Like it's I'm not gonna say it's non existent. So I think it's still there, but
It is
you're relying
non-existent.
on
No, it's non-existent.
okay.
Watching,
I was
watch.
trying to be a little bit nice, but like
No, I'm not going to be nice to this club. I watched this game 0-0 with Brentford, who haven't won a match at home in 7 games. We just pass back, hopeless crosses. It's just crossing, inshallah. There's no like patterns anymore. We saw that at the start of the season, and then it just derails, bro. It's nasty,
look who didn't
disgusting.
start and look who didn't start that game. Caicedo
Jackson,
started.
bro,
The
Jackson
problem
is
was
the
not
key.
Jackson.
No,
Jackson
no,
is
I'm
not
saying
the key.
no. Jackson is the key to the city. If you watch the Spurs game, the first thing he did against Spurs, he made a crazy run. First thing he did today, made a crazy run, breaking the lines, bro. I promise you, he's important to the system. I
I'm not
promise
saying he's
you, on my
unimportant. I'm
life,
saying
on my
the
life.
most important player on that team is Cole Palmer, and then Caicedo.
I just don't agree with
I
that.
disagree
I
with
don't.
that.
I
I
don't
think
think
Cole Palmer barely makes top three. I think it's Caicedo, Cucurella, and then Palmer.
Thank you,
I think
Cucurella.
that's
Oh my
It's not.
ridiculous.
God.
No,
I
Cucurella
promise you,
third.
it's not. It's not even ridiculous to say that.
I think
Cucurella,
that's ridiculous.
same as Caicedo. He didn't play today until the 80th minute. After that 80th minute, attack started clicking. He started making overlaps. It's insane. It's no one says it because he's like, can I curse on this?
Um,
Okay, he takes the piss a lot. He riles up opposition fans. Everyone just hates him. So no one's like, oh, I love Cucurella. No one said that. If you're not a Chelsea fan, everyone hates him. So it's just like,
Or a Spain fan.
or a Spanish fan,
Yeah.
as we have Michael over here.
Hey,
I
Appreciate him.
think
y'all see the
Caicedo
flag?
can
I know y'all see the flag.
he's repping.
We love the
Caicedo
flag.
Caicedo's more important, and if Chelsea wants to compete with good
Yeah,
teams, Palmer is more important if you want to actually win the games against the teams you should be beating. Caicedo isn't like
yeah,
today.
that's a fair
Caicedo
assumption.
starts, Cole Palmer doesn't, and you draw versus a team you should beat in Brentford. I think if Chelsea went into a game starting Caicedo but not starting Palmer against a like lower or bottom half team, they're probably going to draw as we saw today. I think if you throw Cole Palmer in there, they're probably winning 2 or 3-0. I think if you
That's a
don't
fair
start Caicedo
assumption.
against one of the top like 3 teams, Chelsea get blown out. Versus if you have Caicedo and no Palmer, it's probably 0-0 or 1-0 either way.
That's a fair
So I think
assumption.
that's more important for winning points and keeping Chelsea competitive in the league, which is what I think the number
Good
one
point.
priority is right now.
Okay. Do you
Yeah.
think that they overpaid for Caicedo? Like genuine.
No,
No, it's
I'd pay
starting to
him
pay
100
off.
He's
million
worth it?
more. I'd
I
I'd
think
I'd pay 100 million
at
more.
first,
At first, it
At
was
first,
not looking good.
Yeah.
I
his
think the bigger
first like
question is Enzo. The bigger question is Enzo. He's
no,
good.
bro, he's good.
I'm not saying he's not good. He's good.
Promise you.
But the
I
question
would say
isn't
it's
is he
slight
good or
overpay.
bad? It's overpay. I think he was overpaid, but I don't think
I
he's bad.
would like we paid like 90 mil, 100 mil for him. That was low key a bit too much, but still, he's a pretty good player in the
He's
box.
phenomenal.
He's optimistic. He's a leader. He's a leader on the pitch, and you'll
100%.
notice that.
Okay.
It's just sometimes he gets a bit frustrating. That's all.
Okay, we're moving on to predictions for the week.
All right.
Do you want to do City versus
Do we
Okay.
have a game of the week? I think there are 2.
Game of the week. See, so my first game of the week. This is gonna sound weird, but Wolves versus Spurs. I
100%
feel
agree.
like that's gonna be either really entertaining or very incredibly stale. They're pretty evenly matched because I'm pretty sure Cunha comes back. Cunha's a brilliant player to watch with the eyes. What is it? Spurs just back on the bounce, even though they're still pretty dookie. But I don't know. I think it's gonna be a 2-2 draw. So
I think that's a fair prediction.
What about the Palace game?
And what about the other one?
Palace City. Okay, so I've been watching Palace a little bit this season. Palace have been incredibly underrated. They're 11th. They should not be 11th. These guys should not be 11th. Mateta's insane.
But Teta is a
Oh,
top striker in the Prem right now.
Glasner, top five manager in the Prem. I don't think it's even crazy to say that. Munoz, Tyreek Mitchell, great fullback pairing. Adam Wharton, Eze's been not that great this season, but he's still shown little spouts of quality. And then Will Hughes randomly popped up on the scene, played big games for them.
I think this is the best case scenario for a team that just lost, arguably like one of the top players in the world right now in
Yeah,
Michael Olise. This is
yeah,
like the best they
Elise.
could have hoped for.
Yeah, so seeing like City 0-0 with United, I don't think they're going to be very powerful. Maybe with some luck. No Holland, of course. I'm predicting 2-1 to Palace,
Okay.
beating City.
Yeah, I think that's a fair take. I think City don't look good right now, and I think Palace do.
They don't. That's
Okay.
right.
Cool.
All
So
right.
we're moving on now to
Segment 2.
Madness. What do we
Mhm.
think of the Florida versus Houston game?
I think that's going to be a very entertaining game. Very entertaining.
As a Duke fan myself, I'm fucking fuming right now. Oh my God. Sorry for any young audience who had to hear that. Are we 2 minutes and you score like 2 points, can't inbound the ball, you can't do anything, and you let Houston beat you? LJ Cryer is phenomenal. LJ Cryer is going to be the second best player in the tourney game. And we're going to talk about who the best player is going to be because it's going to be Walter Clayton. I don't understand how you lose that game. Tyrese Proctor, Ghosts. This was the best Duke team, top to bottom, that I'd seen. And I've seen the Zion and RJ Barrett. I've seen
You think Cooper Flag stays
Paolo
another year?
Banchero. I don't think he should. I think with the Boozer twins coming, it just doesn't make sense for him to stay. I just don't think it's like, I mean, if he stayed, that'd be great. I think Duke would be like, I mean, I guess this kind of proved that nothing's a shoe in March Madness, even if it's a chalked up all ones. But that was an infuriating game to have to witness as a Duke fan. And that was just terrible for me. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's my 2 cents.
What was the first thing that came to your mind when you saw Cooper Flag miss that final shot?
Hmm.
His final shot.
I think too many people are going to remember that when they should remember that he was dragging a team that looked lifeless outside of him and Con Nepal. I mean, Malak, or I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, but our center, he's great player. He's probably going to be in the lottery for the draft. He did his job. He played defense and he dunked the ball. But Proctor, Sion James, Caleb Foster, like there just need to be a little bit more that we didn't have. And I just think it comes down to like we can't remember Cooper Flag missing that shot. We have to remember, why did he have to be in that situation? Why did Duke give up a 12-point lead with 2 minutes left? And it's because we crumbled and we got scared by the best defense in the nation. And that it's just, I mean, it's college basketball. And that's just like what happens. Duke was like the youngest. What was our like average age of our players? It was like 18 or 19. You look at Auburn and it was like 24. It was like it's insane. And it's like NIL transferring,
I
it's
think that's
changed the game.
it's
It's
gone a
changed
little. I think
NCAA.
it's gone a little too far in my opinion.
It's gone too far.
It
But
was a great
enough
idea,
about
but I don't know. It's gone way
yeah,
too far.
it's just too far. Playing like yeah. But enough about Duke. I think another thing to talk about is Walter Clayton is one of the best college basketball players I've ever seen play so
You think
far.
he's the clear MVP now?
Well, he's been the best player in the tourney, 100%. He's having a like Steph Curry level run in March Madness. He's been like he's had 30 in back-to-back games. And for if you're an NBA fan and not a college basketball fan, that sounds like not super impressive. These games go to like 70, 80 points. A 30-point game, you're scoring almost half of your team's points. This is like ridiculous. And I think I think Florida deserves to win, especially because they beat Auburn. They held Johnny Broome, who's the second best player in the nation, to 15 points on bad efficiency. And their one of their best players, Condon, didn't had he had 1 point. If he plays a normal game against Houston, I don't see a way that Florida doesn't win.
What do you think is the equivalent to scoring 30 points in a college basketball game in an NBA game? Like what's the equivalent?
It's like a 45-point game, and he did it in back-to-back nights. This is like what Steph Curry's doing in the NBA right now in the last week, where he went like 50, 38, 38, is what Walter Clayton has been doing in the tourney, in my opinion.
Mhm.
I think that should make Florida the favorites.
Yeah. I got Florida winning, and I want Florida to win.
I do want Florida to win as well.
Elsa, what about you?
Loki? Yeah, Florida. I don't know. I was rooting for Auburn last night.
Hmm. Eric, you?
I
Bro,
hate
I
Auburn.
really like the university, the Houston. I don't watch them, but I'm just getting a Houston vibe, bro. I just really
You
like
never know.
bro.
They're yeah,
I
they're
like an
good.
underdog. I like an underdog. So it's not about the
The underdog 1 seed.
oh well,
They
they're all
really
one seeds. They're all
yeah,
one
they were
seeds.
yeah.
Wait,
I
what do
mean,
you
they have
guys
the
think of
number
the
one
fact?
defense.
What do you guys think of the fact that there were really like no Cinderella teams?
Kind of sad.
It
Like
is
usually,
sad.
like I really people were saying that they hated the a Final Four from 2 years ago. It was like I don't even remember who it was. It was just
FAU,
like
SDSU, and
yes,
UConn, and
yeah,
like
like people
UNC.
like hated it. I don't know why you would ever hate
That's what
that.
March Madness is
It's a
about.
bunch of underdogs. What like oh no, there needs to be a couple one seeds in there. Do you like hate like
No,
basketball? Do you hate basketball? I understand the possibility that oh it's lower quality, but you have to think lower quality versus lower quality just makes for more entertaining open matches, more
100%.
transitions, more more points scored, more points allowed, stuff like that. So
Mhm.
Okay, so we are gonna wrap that up with baseball.
mm,
Yeah.
So,
So, what's on everyone's
okay.
minds? Torpedo
torpedo
bats.
bats.
Torpedo bats. Those things are crazy, bro.
What do you guys think? fair,
it's
not
It's
I
fair.
think
it's
there's
legal.
nothing
It's legal.
it's
It's
if
there's
they're
legal.
nothing wrong
legal,
with the
It's legal.
torpedo bat.
If the
I
Rays were
Anyone
wouldn't
doing
can
this,
use
mention
a
either.
torpedo bat.
if
Anyone
the
can
Rays
use a
were doing this, we'd
torpedo
be
bat.
calling them geniuses. We'd say they're reinventing the game. It's just that people hate the Yankees, and it's just a
It's
fact.
it,
And
it's
we're doing
this
so
kind of
well.
reminds me this kind of reminds me of the tush push situation, except it's not as exclusive to the Yankees. Anyone can literally just change the shape of a bat using
Exactly.
MIT level technology, blah blah blah. It's like if anyone can do it, what makes it so unfair? I think it's just the fact that oh, they're scoring more home runs. It kind of de-dignifies the game. I don't really agree with that.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's legal. And I think
exactly.
It
It's
is
legal.
legal.
in
It's like
Stanton,
the
like they
tush push
rely
thing.
on those. So
That's true.
Um, Here, I'm gonna bring my bat and I'm gonna show you guys the slight
Bro,
difference.
giving us a real artifact.
Where's my bat? I'm gonna give you
This
guys.
is never seen before.
Okay, so basically what it's doing, it's moving a lot of the stuff that's up here, and it's moving it more down to here. And I actually used to have a similar bat in like when I was in middle school and I played like travel baseball and it was like metal bats. Basically, like it was like a torpedo and basically higher exit velocity and especially when I get jammed. But
More
basically,
barrels.
instead of being top heavy, they move it more down. And so when you're getting jammed, and a perfect example is Anthony Volpe, shortstop of the New York Yankees. He would get jammed so many times, and now he um
He's
has
raking.
already he's been hitting a lot of extra base hits. It's because his swing is so short-handed, and when he gets jammed inside here, it's going far. I remember on opening day, I think it was, yeah, opening day, I went and his home run, I think it was in the third inning, second inning, I think it was second inning. He got jammed so hard. Literally, the commentators really said pop up to right field. And I thought it was a pop up. As soon as it went in the air, I went on my phone. And then I heard the crowd cheering because like the ball kept going and going. Um, but it just, I mean, it was also with the help of the um, short portion right field. But it is really interesting. But I don't know why they're only calling out the Yankees because the
yeah,
Rays were
this is
using it
not
a
like a
lot last
new
year.
Ellie
invention.
De La Cruz uses it, but
Yeah.
because he's like a fun new player and not the like hated
Francisco
Yankees,
Lindor
people
uses
don't
it.
care. Yeah, exactly.
Lindor uses it. It's just the Yankees just have. I really like the team the Yankees have this year. I mean, I mean, let's talk about the Soto contract and who do you think in terms of future? Do you think the Yankees are going to end up with a better team in the next couple of years and a better future, or do you think the Mets will? Because I mean, Soto hasn't been that like Yankees Soto. Like he's been kind of like mid. I can't lie to start the year. Trent Grisham has been a lot better.
Trent
I don't care
Grisham's
what
been
anybody says.
balling.
We're calling the Yankees Padres trade the Trent Grisham trade. I think we won the Trent Grisham trade because I think without retaining Soto, we wouldn't have gotten Cody Bellinger. We wouldn't have gotten Paul Goldschmidt. We
Max
definitely would have
Fried.
gotten Max
That's
Fried.
true. That's true.
Probably Devin Williams. I mean, that was a simple trade between two pitchers. Um, but I'm very grateful for what we got. It is earlier in the season. Soto
Things
will
can
rake.
change.
We know Soto is good.
Yeah, do you think we're
Um,
gonna come down from this high that we're on? Because we're doing so well right now. I mean,
It
I don't
feels a
think so.
little unsustainable.
yeah.
Like if you look at our lineup 2 years ago, 1 year ago versus now, and obviously we're like 6, 7 games into the season, or like
Six,
what are we,
seven.
10 now, 9? It's like not a big sample size. 2 years ago, you look at our hitters, it was like Aaron Judge, OPS 1000, Gleyber Torres 800, Giancarlo Stanton 800, 600, 500, 650, 690. It was just like, and right now, if you look at it, it's like 1000s, 800s, 900s. Like everyone is hitting well at the
Yeah,
same time.
everyone's up there.
And so I think it will probably regress a little bit more towards the mean. And Yankees fans have to be prepared for that. But I think we're still going to win games because we've got an underrated pitching staff, especially when Luis Hale comes back. Our bullpen is locked down,
Roman's got to
other
get
than
traded.
Devin Williams not looking good so far. But I think he will come back. He will be fine. And I think the Yankees, people were kind of writing them off like they're not going to make the playoffs. I think we're probably going to win. I mean, knock on wood. I think we're going to be fine. I think we're going to be fine.
So
Yeah, I
you are
mean,
predicting a drop of form for the Yankees, yes?
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be continue to be hitting this well, but I don't think
see,
it's going
I
to go
think
from
we
like
will. In my opinion, I think this team just has a different kind of swagger to. I mean,
We
last
do.
year, obviously, Judge was, Judge was Judge, but it felt like Soto was more
And
of like
Soto was Soto.
a me
I feel
player, like
like
a me,
Volpe
me,
came
me,
back
me,
with
me.
like more, especially after Soto leaving.
And
Yeah, I feel
Jazz
like
has been hitting well, and I think that will definitely stay. Ben
I feel
Rice
like
looks legit.
I remember
fucking Trent
watching him
Grisham, man.
at the
Yeah.
Patriots games, and I remember thinking like he's gonna be good, and with the Yankees,
Right.
that's so crazy.
Mm.
Yep.
How about away from the Yankees? Is the NL West just like the best division in baseball like ever? The Dodgers are the Dodgers, but
Yeah,
then the Diamondbacks were just in the World Series a few years ago. They're still good. The
Diamondbacks have a
Padres look
great
amazing,
Diamondbacks have a great pitching staff. They just need some bats, I
phenomenal,
think.
and they have Corbin Carroll and Eugenio Suarez.
Uh-huh.
Um, and then like the Padres and Giants are so good right now. Like people forget the Padres are still really, really good. Tatis looks
kept that
back at
consistency.
MVP form. Machado is still a good player. They've got a lot of depth. I think the Giants are the most likely team to regress, but it feels like they're always just sticking around until the last 2 months. So I think the only team outside of that division that feels like a real contender is the Phillies. I think the Braves have proved that they are so reliant on their top end talent, starting like 1-7 with the injuries they've had. And obviously a lot of teams have faced injuries, and like the Yankees, we've stayed up despite not having Garrett Cole, not having Luis Hill, not having Giancarlo Stanton. A lot of people would argue that we should have been as at a similar level as the Braves, and they have not been good while we have been. So
Right.
I think their only real contender is the Phillies outside of the any of the NL West teams in the NL.
I still think the
Mm.
Mets are the third best team in that division. I don't care that the Braves got off to
Yeah.
a bad start. It's just like the Mets have no pitching. It's
Yeah.
insane. I mean, their ace is Clay Holmes. I mean, come on. I mean, Clay Holmes is always good in the beginning of the year. He will
And
fall apart, I'm telling you, especially
after
when he's a
All-Star
starter.
break, it's all going down.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know. But the Braves, they'll figure it out. They're gonna get Ronald Acuna. Um, but
Which do
Phillies,
you think has the best shot at the World Series?
I mean, an easy
Dodgers,
guess would
Yankees.
be the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Um, but I would look. I don't know. I would look at Padres. I really like Padres.
I really like the Padres, and I really think the Phillies are like really good, but they're just a great team. And I think, especially with the AL's mediocrity so far, outside of Texas and the Yankees, like everyone is 500 or around there. And then you've got the Rangers and Yankees as like the two best teams in the AL. I feel like it's just like late in the season, it's going to come down to only like 5 or 6 teams that we really think can go for the World Series and realistically win it.
What do we think about the Red Sox? Because there's so many people saying they're gonna be good. So many people are
I don't
saying
see
they're
it.
gonna be bad.
They're
But right
giving
now,
nothing.
they're a
That's
little
what
bit
I think
mid.
of the Red Sox, bud.
Yeah.
That's what I think of the Red Sox, bud.
We're
Now
a
they're
little
giving
biased
nothing.
as Yankee fans.
I
Yeah,
don't see
no
it though.
bias. No bias.
Looking
What do
at
we
it as
think
just
about
baseball, I
Yeah.
don't see it.
what do we think about the whole Devers thing? That whole drama and him having a horrible start. What do we think about that?
He's a good player. He's gonna be fine, I think. But I think it is distressing that like looking at the Red Sox, so many people are predicting them to be great. And I don't see a lot of signs that point to that, especially considering they're in a division where top to bottom, every team has like star power that can just out
AL East is
beat
going to be
them.
competitive this year. Very
AL East is going to
competitive.
be super competitive, and I think there's a very good chance the Red Sox finish in the bottom two in that AL East. Very good chance.
Yeah,
Mm.
I think that's possible. I mean, I don't think they win more than 80 games, in my opinion.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's 100% possible. And 80 games will not be enough to make the top 3 in the AL East.
Hmm. Yeah.
What do you guys think about the Cubs? What do you think's clicking for them right now?
Kyle Tucker,
Kyle
baby. I mean,
Tucker.
that guy,
Yeah.
What the
Kyle
hell is
guy's
that?
Tucker.
got
5 game unbeaten streak, bro. What?
Kyle
that
Tucker
guy's got
is
some
a
swagger.
dog.
A
I
jump
like,
for them.
Insane.
he almost
Yeah,
came to the
Kyle's
Yankees, and I was
nasty.
Hey,
really
I'm
excited
ready
about
for
that.
the midseason trade. He looked
Oh
great
yeah,
in the pinstripes.
I hope they start losing. But I don't think they're going to trade for him because I feel like Dominguez has been pretty good lately.
He's been pretty impressive. Yeah, that is true.
Bellinger
And
has been
Trent Grisham.
Bellinger. Trent Grisham, some respect on that guy's name. I mean, I've
Jazz
been a fan about
Chisholm.
that guy since day one. I love Jazz Chisholm.
Jazz
I
is
love
so good.
Jazz Chisholm.
People forget Jazz can also play center field.
Underappreciated, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean,
He'll be
he
Jazz Chisholm.
is in the process of becoming like a true like superstar in Major League Baseball. I mean,
100%.
on the Marlins, he was their
Mhm.
star, but he wasn't to the top. But now that he
He
has
wasn't a
those
real
pinstripes
star.
on, yeah, once he
Now
has those
he's a star.
pinstripes on, he, I mean, I predict a 30-40 season in my maybe 30-50. You never know.
I think there will be. I mean, I think there will be a legitimate case for him in the MVP race. I think there are too many good players in the AL for him to like be in the mingle for top three. But I think top 10 finish, 100% possible. 100%.
Right? Yeah, I agree.
I think it's a possibility.
Hmm.
What about Paul Skeens?
Dude, that guy's a stud.
Bro, Livy
He's a
Dunn's
That guy,
boyfriend, that guy's insane.
get
He's a
that guy
That
stud.
out of
dude,
Pittsburgh.
He
I
dominated.
saw
Yeah,
some
he's good.
clips on
If
TikTok.
his
That guy
career
is
gets
insane.
wasted,
He'll
if his
be a
career gets
Yankee.
wasted in Pittsburgh.
Promise you, he'll be a Yankee in
Dude's
5 years.
got that guy's got a lot of aura too. Like I know that sounds stupid, but he just like does not care. He only thinks about baseball, which I find like really funny.
And he's only
He's
He's like a
really
24.
robot.
Changed.
He's
He
young
ch-
too.
he
He
changed.
came to the league last year, right?
Yeah, I think so, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, he changed his arm slot. So basically, last year he would throw from like here, and was so dominant. But now it's more from here, which creates more spin and harder for players to guess. And I mean, we all know going against a pitcher for that's like a sidearm. I mean that's you don't want that.
It's
And I think
possible.
if he, I mean, it's
If
just
he's
I
getting
don't want him to
better,
get injured. You know what I mean?
yeah. If he's getting
Mm.
better, and obviously he is because he's so young, and he's obviously going to get better in terms of just like maturing as a player. If he's getting better in terms of he's perfecting mechanics, he's going to be an all-time great. Is like barring no serious injuries or a worst case scenario, he feels like the type of player that's on that like hot shot trajectory towards the top.
Kind of is,
Yeah,
yeah.
I agree.
And Livy
Um,
Dunn's boyfriend
Eric is so
always
cool.
helps.
Like
I feel
baby
like Paul
Gronk.
Skeens. I feel like Paul Skeens is gonna be like the
Baby
Josh
girl.
Allen of the MLB.
Yeah, he would be the Josh Allen.
Yeah.
They look
Um,
similar the more I think about it.
they do. They do.
That's
But
scary.
get that guy out of Pittsburgh. They gotta get
Get
that
him
guy out of
out
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
immediately.
I
I mean,
think Pittsburgh
Pittsburgh.
could low-key just build around him though, no?
I mean, they
But they're not
do.
going to
If
do
they were
that.
a normal organization, but they're
They
just like,
have no money whatsoever. They don't spend anything. I mean,
Oh
they got
Lord.
they're the Athletics of the NL.
they got O'Neal Cruz, but like he's not that good. I mean, his
Like,
Brian
defense is
Hayes
horrible.
has been
Oh,
disappointing.
they're
They're
just
just
like
like
stingy like that.
they're just mediocre with a good player. It's kind of like
I
Mike
see.
Trout's scenario.
Listen
Very
to this
similar to Mike
stat.
Trout.
They have had in the last 31 seasons, 28 of them have been losing seasons. Think about that. Is that not insane?
That's so crazy.
28 out of their last 31 seasons are losing seasons. And their stadium is so nice. It's a perfect ballpark. You got the yellow bridge in
Really.
the back. Give that team some good players, and that will be an electric. I mean, we see how electric Steelers fans are.
Yeah,
Can you imagine
exactly.
if finally the Pirates start being good? You never know.
Steelers.
Pittsburgh would really be on the come up.
Yeah.
But
What do
the
we think of
Steelers are like perpetually mid, so
But I mean, they make the playoffs every year. But what do we think
yeah,
of
and then they
Roki Sasaki, and his start and his transition into the MLB? I mean, we remember his first start at Dodger Stadium. That guy was crying. I mean, poor guy. But I think he'll figure it out. But there is a
He's
difference
still
in,
raw
the
talent.
baseballs. Yeah.
Like I mean, if we were talking about a 31-year-old pitcher coming from, transitioning to the MLB and just not clicking, I'd say it's probably not going to last very long for him. He's young. He's got the potential. If he can tap into it, which the Dodgers can do, they're like the best team in the league at finding random players. Like I think them trading for Esteury Ruiz is so underrated. People
Oh my
are going
God,
to
I
be
saw
talking
that.
about that.
I saw that, and I was so pissed.
I
That
don't
guy's a
know.
stud. That guy's a
why
dynamo, bro.
we let them do that. If all he is just a ridiculously good pinch runner, that's all they need from him. And if
They
he's
gotta
that, like,
stop giving these guys fucking
yeah.
great
So I
players.
think Sasaki's gonna be fine. It might take a year. It might take two. He's gonna be great.
Yeah, I mean, that guy's gonna be so dominant. I mean, we saw
It's
how
what the
dominant he
it's what
was
the
in
Dodgers
Japan.
do.
Yeah.
It's what the Dodgers do.
Yep.
Okay, so bringing it back to the Prem, Eric.
Okay, so I just wanted to talk about Arsenal in recent years and then Arsenal in the present. So we've seen Arsenal kind of capitulate under the pressure around 3 times in the past 3 years. Twice to Man City, and this year especially, very disappointing from them. I expected them to win this year, in all honesty. I expected them.
A lot of people did.
Yeah, it's just so like insane seeing how this injury crisis just fully like cooked them. If they had Ricardo Calafiori, new signing, 5 injuries this year. Marino, first day training, injured, and they keep on getting injured.
Saka.
Saliba,
Alisson Becker.
yeah,
I
Saka.
think Gabriel getting injured is like
Gabriel, that's so
he has
tragic.
legitimately been.
It's
I think
insane.
he has been their best player this year.
What do we think
I
should
think
go
he's
on?
better than Saliba. I think he's been better than Saliba this year too.
I
What do
think
you,
he's been better asleep. I
But
still think the upside of Saliba is higher, but Gabriel's been one of the best
he's
center
been more
backs in the league.
dominant. He
He's
also
been
has
one of
that
the best
like
center backs in the league.
unexpected goal threat. It's a joke like corner FC, but in all honesty, he's
It's
like
still impressive.
he's probably their best goal scorer they have right now, aside from Saka. Who
Yeah,
do they have?
100%.
Jesus, Martinelli, Trossard.
Marino,
What? Like
Marino,
this
bro?
is
Put some respect
Marino's
on
their
Marino's
striker.
name, bro.
plus I'm putting respect. He
He's
scored
been
against
good,
my own
but
club. Corner FC strikes again. But it's just kind of like sad how they just capitulate under pressure each time, even though they signed Declan Rice, not just like for his prowess, obviously, but as a leader. He tried to lead the squad last year. He did a great job, and again, just City caught up to them. It's just like it's kind of tragic to see.
and it always feels like they're just a piece or two away. Like, oh, when they get the
Always.
striker, oh, when they get the
Uh,
midfielder, oh, when they get the
but they don't
defender,
make
but then
the
it's
signings. They don't make the
they always make it a
signings.
season late when there's another glaring problem, and then they
hmm
neglect it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a
Striker.
loop.
Who'd they bring in? Who'd they bring in? They didn't
No
bring in a
one.
striker.
And
They
they probably
brought
will bring in a striker this summer, but they're
or they
also gonna regress in some area that we'd never seen. Like maybe it most likely I think will be the back line. I think
I
Saliba,
think
very high chance to get poached. They're gonna be selling a lot of players that may not be playing a ton for them, but still there. I think there's gonna be a clear regression.
I think that back line is going to be knackered next year. The UCL is getting longer. They're going into the Club World Cup, which is happening like once every 2 years now. Saliba's getting injured. Gabriel's getting injured. Saka's getting injured. And it's all hamstring injuries. It's not just bad
Calafiori is
luck,
getting
black
injured.
magic. I think it's due with the training. They're always getting hamstring injuries and it's not sustainable whatsoever.
Yeah, there's something
100%.
going on that training staff.
It-
What do you
It's
think is
it's
going to
kind
happen
of
between Real Madrid and Arsenal this week?
um I think Jakob Kivior's not going to get the job done against Kylian Mbappe. I really
Like
like.
this, it's just not fair.
It's not happening. Maybe the attack will start clicking. We saw Martinelli put in a good spell against Everton. Lewis
I mean,
Skelly's pretty good.
I really don't
Lewis
trust Real
Kelly's a
Madrid's
dog.
defense.
He's not a dog.
If
Let's chill.
if
Let's chill out.
hey, if Raul Asensio starts,
Lewis Kelly's a dog.
I think
He's
it's an
very good, by the way.
easy win for Real Madrid. I mean, Real Madrid's last 4 losses, Raul Asensio didn't start, and I think
That's
I'm
fair.
really starting to lose faith in Carlo Ancelotti. I don't know why he's not playing Raul Asensio. It makes no sense to me. I don't know
Asensio
why
is
they're
great.
putting
I
Tchouaméni
also
at center
think
back.
Carlos got to get some cojones, as they say. Why are we not deciding a penalty taker? Why is
It
Mbappe
should
not the one
easily
on
be an Mbappe.
pens?
It should. I don't know
Why is
why
why
Vinny
is Vinicius Jr. getting the pens, guys? What are we
This is
doing,
like
bro?
a
It's on serious
Mbappe
situation,
is
but
7 for 9 this year on penalties for Real Madrid.
I'll take 10 more. I'll miss 10 more if I need to. Like, bro, we trust you, bro. Don't worry. Just kind of weird to see. I think it'll be very interesting though, because they both have like
But they just
pretty
named
good
today.
attacks.
Today they came out and named Kylian Mbappe to be the new penalty taker.
Thankfully.
Anyways, any last thoughts we want to talk about on anything?
No.
Let's go Knicks. Want to get that in there? I know we're not talking about basketball, but the off-brand Patrick Ewing jersey repping.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully they make it far. I mean, I'm a Nets fan, but I'd love to see a championship come to New York. Thank you guys for listening. And
We'll see you next
we'll
week.
see you guys,
Maybe.
next
Follow our
episode.
Instagram, the 1 Yard
Up to
Line
Chelsea as
Podcast.
always.
Follow the Instagram, Twitter, the 1 Yard Line Podcast. We will see you guys
Spotify.
A
there.
like would be much appreciated, of course.
A like and a listen.
Awesome. All right. Well, we'll see you
All right.
guys in the next episode.
We'll see you guys.
Bye, guys.
Peace.
You'll see my predictions.